Welcome to Lent for everyone on this Good Friday. This is obviously the passage where Jesus dies and breathes his last breath. And I think what I was surprised at most in this passage, or what stuck out to me for the first time maybe, is just how much Jesus was mocked while on the cross. First by the people and the crowd, obviously, that was there. And then by the chief priests and the scribes and the elders, who seem to be making an effort at self-justification. They seem to be wanting to prove that their view of Jesus was the correct one, and that they will be rewarded for that correct view. And then the thieves that are on Jesus' left and right, they're pictured as some who are mocking him in this scene. And then what's amazing, right, is that right after Jesus dies and the curtain of the temple is torn in two, symbolizing that there's no longer a barrier between God and humanity, but that has been opened. And then the rocks are even split in two, symbolizing the fact that these resurrected ones are actually going to rise up. And Matthew talks about those people actually appearing after Jesus' resurrection, which I don't know what to make of that or how exactly that works. I wish he would have dug into that a little more. And then right away, the centurion, who is there right by Jesus' side, this would have been the soldier assigned to him to make sure that nothing weird happened on the cross. Immediately, he proclaims the gospel that this truly was God's Son. N.T. Wright describes that there were probably 50 people within just 10 feet of Jesus. That these scenes we have of him far away up on a distant hill, and as if you couldn't get within 50 yards of him, just aren't true. That likely Jesus was like his feet were probably at eye level, or even a little lower than that, maybe, and that truly people were right there next to him in this scene. And what Wright wants to point out, as he has all through this, is that this is the event when it hangs King of the Jews above his head, that this is the event where Jesus becomes king. And this is a very strange coronation. This is a very weird vision for it. But then Wright talks about bringing the hopes that we have and the fears that we have, not just us individually, but that the whole world has. And then he quotes a little town of Bethlehem, right, when he says, "The hopes and fears of all the years are met in him here on the cross." God chose Israel to be his way of rescuing the world. God chose Jesus to be his way of rescuing Israel. Jesus went to the cross to fulfill that double mission. Friends, what we experience is the incredible love that Jesus has for us, and the incredible love that God has for us. And I invite you to remember that again in this crucifixion day, as you remember throughout Good Friday the love that Jesus has for you. I just invite you to ponder the depth of that love, and just how incredible it is that God chose this way to do it, in a way that forever made it possible for us to be in relationship with God, in restored and right relationship. Might we live in such a way that gives thanks every single day for this love. Have a wonderful holy weekend.